from Lighthouse Vallarta, Puerto Vallarta Real Estate. So today I've been wanting to make this video for some time because a lot of people ask me. I talk a lot about move to Mexico, a lot of good benefits about moving to Mexico, the weather, year round, the beach, the jungle. Depends where you go, but here that's what we have. Okay. So I talk also not just in Puerto Vallarta, but all in Mexico. Life is pretty good. Weather is good. We have tourism pretty much in every state. In the major cities all throughout Mexico, tourism is a big money maker for Mexico. All throughout Mexico, after oil, that's a big money maker. So we talk a lot about tourism and Mexico doing good with the oil and the tourism and with the mining. We just found the biggest lithium deposit in the world here in Mexico. So we're big time into mining. We're the #1 producer of silver in the world. So you have a lot of good things. And at the end of the day, people, when they start thinking about buying down here, they ask me, what's up with this immigration thing? So here's the big, the question. The question is why are all those people leaving the country, or the ones that are walking through? Why do we let them walk through the country? So this video, I'm going to talk in particular how immigration works in Mexico. See? Because a tourist visa allows you to stay, I believe, less than 6 months. Once you stay 6 months, then you're residing. I'm sorry. Then you are residing. So that means that you need to let immigration know where you're staying. If you're going to stay in Mexico 6 months, that means you have a rental contract for 6 months. Once you have that, that's your proof of address to let immigration know where you're staying. And so we have a large community of foreigners that live here year-round. They've already been through this process. They've already been through the process enough so that they can stay year-round. They don't go back. A lot of people go to other parts of Mexico when it gets too hot here or humid, and then they come back. See? San Miguel de Allende is cold, for example. San Miguel de Allende is one of the places in all of Mexico where we have a lot of foreigners living. Chapala Lake, which is here in the state of Jalisco, Ajijic, second best weather in the world. See, so people go from there, they come here, they go to Chapala Lake, San Miguel de Allende, chase the good weather around, but they do stay in Mexico year-round. So those people did go through the process already, and they've already have a green card down here pretty much. So you let immigration know where you're staying, and then when somebody wants to work, once you have a job, your employee and sponsors your working permit. So as soon as you have a job, you can get a working permit. You don't have to wait to apply, nothing. It's a very simple process. Okay, that's only if you're going to be working. You don't have to get a working permit if you're not going to be working. Okay, so when we have, for example, people come hide in Mexico, which happens very much. We have the FBI, the DA, the marshals. They come into town and they go to the immigration office. They say to immigration, we're looking for this person. Immigration knows where everybody's living. So they go pick up the person and they kick them out of the country for immigration purposes. Because they're not Mexican, they don't have to be extradited. So that's why you don't hear on the news that they were extradited like El Chapo was, because he was Mexican. He has to be extradited. See? So immigration does that, kicks the people out of the country as an unwanted tourist, and then they get picked up at the airport when they land. If you look it up, some of the most famous criminals have been caught in Puerto Vallarta. The famous dog, the bounty hunter, was in jail here for kidnapping. You know, you cannot come to Mexico and pick up somebody the way he did. You know, he came to look for somebody, and he should have gone to immigration and let them know, you know, this person is wanted, we know where he lives. And immigration would have picked him up and gave him the credit for it. But because Dog went and tried to arrest the guy himself, that's why Dog was put in jail for kidnapping, and his entire team. See? So that's how immigration works down here. For all those people that are walking through Mexico, we will give them a working permit. They don't want the working permit. They don't want to stay in Mexico. We don't have welfare. We don't offer welfare. See, we don't have disability. We don't have a budget for that as a nation. Okay? So, because we don't have that, that's why they don't want to stay. They don't want a working permit. We can count the people that have stayed and actually got a working permit and got a job and stayed. Because at the end, they all end up going back. See, at first, people of Mexico helped those people from Venezuela and Honduras. We gave them shelter, gave them food, we gave them health care, you know. But then, it kind of seemed like they were getting a little, they complain about our beans, okay? Beans is our most basic food in Mexico. You don't insult beans. So now, we don't help them the way we used to, see? So now, they're not walking through Mexico the way they were before. I don't know what happened before. Somebody told them that the U.S. was going to help them, that the U.S. was going to give them shelter, was going to take them in somehow, and that's why they did what they did. But everybody at the end doesn't stay in Mexico. At the end, they do go back. The few that stay do get a working permit and become law-abiding citizens, because immigration keeps track of all those people. If you look it up, a lot of the companies are not Mexican. They are run by foreigners, owned by foreigners. Primarily the customers are foreigners. There are foreigners working for the foreigners. A lot of the times, those foreigners don't have working permits. Okay? Immigration doesn't go looking for them. They don't really care. It's more administrative work that they do. Okay? That's more or less a good picture of how immigration works down here. They're not very forceful. They're more administrative than anything. But this way, they have caught some of the world's most wanted here.